I don't know. I don't think there's anything that. Okay. Well, I don't know if I really wanted it though. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. You learn earlier on as an actor to not really hang on to the roles that you don't get. Because if you do, you're just going to be miserable. And so, even Todd or any of these other actors, they go in and audition. They probably audition. They might have even had an audition while they were here. But like daily, we have auditions, like tons of them coming through. And we audition all the time, and we don't always get it. A lot of times, we don't get it. So you can't hang on to that. And I learned that a long time ago. There were a couple of things I think earlier on that I was hoping would. So Fist of the North Star. You guys familiar with that? Did you guys see the live action version of that? Fist of the North Star? There's a live action version of that, and then there was going to be a sequel to that, Fist of the North Star. And Mark Dacascos was going to be Ken, and I was going to be his sidekick, Raven. And I was like, this is going to be awesome. It's going to be a lot of fun. Live action film with Mark Dacascos. And then it just kind of fell through. I don't know what happened. It just fell through and didn't happen. We had the script and everything. I still have the script at home. But so it fell through. And so I was really hoping for that because this was after Power Rangers, and I was like, I needed a job. I needed something, So that kind of fell through. And so it didn't happen, and it kind of sent me through a depression, all of that kind of stuff that I went out for. And I was going out for all these roles. I mentioned the other day that, I was going out and there's like an Asian role in this other Asian guy who looks more Asian is going to get it, Not that that's a bad thing. That's probably right for the role. It just, my situation really kind of sucked at that time. So you can't hang on to those things, and I don't. So there's been a couple things here recently that I've auditioned for that I'm like, oh, it'd be cool if I get it, but whatever if I don't, Yes, in the back. Yeah.
Are you able to do an impression of Todd and Michael?
Todd and Michael?
Oh no.
Oh my goodness. At the same time?
Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
Combine them.
I have no idea how I... Todd and Michael. J. Michael Taylor. That's not fair. Todd actually has a really deep voice. And a few of the shows like, was it in Ajin? If you have Netflix, Ajin and Knights of Sidonia, he has a much deeper voice than I have. And I was like, who is that? It's like Todd. I was like, what? He's got a pretty good range. Vic actually has a really good range too. I can't remember what I heard of him, but I was like, there's no way that's Vic. And it was Vic. Yeah.
Just two things. One, you could play Robin in the new Batman movie. He's Asian. And second,
Is he?
Yeah, he is. And who's your favorite Power Ranger? Or who's the
I got to voice Robin in the Imagine X web series. Yeah, that was fun. And what was the second one?
Who's your favorite Power Ranger? Or the best one? Who's the best Power Ranger?
The Black Ranger. Green Zeo. Power Rangers was fun. How many of you guys watched Power Rangers? Actually, really did. Yeah. Did you guys watch even Zeo stuff? Did you watch Zeo?
Yep.
Really?
Or did you guys fall out? Did a lot of you guys fall out during Zeo?
Yeah.
Turbo?
Yep.
After Turbo's when you fell out?
Nope.
Really after the end space special with you.
After the In Space special.
After they tried to kill you.
Let me tell you about that episode. So if you don't know this, it's Power Rangers in Space, and it's the new group who took over during Turbo, and I go back to help Carlos, who's the new Black Ranger, and I train him, and then during that episode, I have to help save them. I have a busted coin and risk my life to save them. And it doesn't kill me, even though I asked for them to kill me off in that episode. But I'll tell you, the funny thing about that, because I had been away from the show, and then Koichi Sakamoto, who was the stunt coordinator at the time, shot all second year. I think he was actually not executive, but producer at the time. He eventually became an executive producer. But he called me back in to do that and come and play in the show again. And I remember going in, there's a training sequence, right? There's so many different training sequences that I do with Carlos. And one of them, he's like, running up the stairs, right? So we're gonna run up the stairs. And I'm like timing him, And he's down at the bottom of the stairs, and I'm timing him. This is the scene, and he starts running up the stairs, and he's running, and his pants start sliding down. Gets all the way to the top. All the way to the top of the stairs. And he's like still acting, and I'm like, your pants fell down. He's like, huh? Oh. Like he didn't even feel them. Like he didn't even realize his pants had fallen down. So I was like, what? And he's like, oh, okay, we gotta do that again. I was like, this is really weird. I don't want to bag on him, but it was just really weird me coming back and then working with those guys. And then there's another scene that I think I was holding a bag or doing something. He's supposed to be doing some punches or something. And as he's doing this stuff, he's like, his mouth is open and just saliva is just like all over the place. And I'm like, whoa. It's like, I was like, Luigi, what's going on here? And I was like, yeah, you were spitting all over the place on that scene. And he was like, oh, what? Really? Oh. I was like, what? And so there's a few instances in that episode that I remember thinking, what is this guy on? Like, you have to be, I don't understand. Like, if I feel even my butt crack showing, I'm like, whoa. So I didn't understand that. I thought it was funny though. It was a weird ending to that episode, I thought. They picked him up, they're like, yay! And like hoisting him up in the air, and I'm just like, standing on the other side like, oh, cool. That's what you guys do? Yes.
Any voice actors you want to see?
Voice actors I want to see? Gosh, I have actually not even thought about that. No. No, there's not. I mean, I've met most of the ones I've worked with, and they're great. I love them all. And I get along with everyone. There's not anyone that I can think of, Well, I don't know if you can consider Jackie Chan a voice actor, or a Kung Fu Panda, Jack Black, that'd be kind of cool. I would be excited to see them or meet them. Mostly Jackie Chan. Because I grew up on him. I don't know, I'm trying to think if I have any other stories I could tell you guys.